United fans, how much did that sting watching the party at Anfield yesterday? 03717 223344. Give us a call. Now we're going to start this morning with Liverpool sealing the title, and not many, apart from Jeff, saw it coming.
I'm not ready to say that Arne Slot is going to arrive from the Eredivisie, land and win the league.
With the new coach, and I think that will be asking a lot to really lead from the front.
They ground to a halt. It's over. It's finished.
I've got Arsenal second, but I haven't got the winners that you'd expect.
You've gone for Liverpool?
I've gone for Liverpool.
It was Jurgen's mean machine. Now we're going to have Arne's slot machine.
5 points clear at the top of the table going into the November international break, and Arne Slot is a very happy man.
6 of the best for Liverpool. It finishes Spurs 3, Liverpool 6. Well, they're walking on their own, aren't they, Liverpool, at the top of the table at this moment in time. They go 8 points clear at the summit.
Liverpool 5, Spurs 1. There's no doubting that they're going to do the job today now. The Premier League title is coming back to Anfield after a 5-year absence.
Now, Arne Slot's first season since taking over from Jurgen Klopp, they absolutely cruised to the title. But as you just heard, only seemingly person on the planet, Jeff Sterling. Jeff seemingly was the only person on the planet that fancied Liverpool to win it this year. It's not been plain sailing away from the league, though. They dumped at the FA Cup by Plymouth. PSG turned around the Champions League in the last 16, and they were well beaten, I felt, by Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. Listen, of course there's been disappointments a long way in the league, Troy, but I think we're in agreement. We're far and away the best team in the league. Most consistent, best performances. They have thoroughly deserved it.
Yeah, lost 2 games in the league all season. That sums it up. I think, everyone talks about Arsenal and this defensive unit that they've got. They've let in 3 more goals.
Yeah,
that's it. It's a really solid performance. The transition has been fantastic between Klopp and Slot, and I think there's just so much for Liverpool fans to not only be excited about but to believe in as well. You've got young players like Curtis Jones there, Harvey Elliott potentially moving on, but you've got Conor Bradley as well now. So you're looking at this young Liverpool team. It has a feel of Liverpool, and you've still got quality in there with Van Dijk and Salah and the like. So much for this Liverpool team to be happy about, and you would argue now they'll be in a great position to go kick on for the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Could disagree, mate. We'll continue the party celebration of a man who had 1 or 2 of them himself during his time at Liverpool. It's a very good morning to 5-time league champion with the Reds, Mark Lawrenson. Laura, how are you this morning, mate?
Hi, I'm good. I'm just looking at Troy. Is he going jogging after you've finished?
Well,
Laura, it's always nice to see you, sir.
He'll be the only one in this studio that is, if he does.
Yeah.
Listen, mate, I'm looking at it right now. Liverpool, at this moment in time, 15 points ahead of second place. They've been fantastic. Troy just mentioned they have 2 defeats in the season. It's remarkable the consistency that they've shown in terms of the league performances. Laura, has that surprised you really? I mean, you probably might have fancied Liverpool to do well this season, but has the level of consistency surprised you?
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing with the manager, because it's like you get a new manager and you expect him to be tinkering, buying players, all those, and very cleverly, Slot's not done anything of that, has he? He's probably made them a little bit more possession-wise than Jurgen did, but 2 defeats. They've just been outstanding. He's obviously an intelligent man. He must have got into the office on the first day, got all the DVDs out or whatever it is they have nowadays, and looked at them and thought, you know what, 1 or 2 little things that I could possibly help them with, and on you go. So that's been the clever thing for me with him.
Yeah, Laura, just on that, other than you battering my top, thanks as always, mate. Just with the manager and him handling the situation, how have you thought? I said earlier on in the show, I think if Klopp would have been asked about Trent, Van Dijk and Salah, 500 odd times this season, I think he'd have had a bit of a nibble at them. I think Slot's handled the media exceptionally well. What do you think to that?
Yeah, well, definitely. But the thing is, Troy, if you're winning games, it ain't, and you don't lose your SHIT with somebody, do you? Because whatever, mate. So the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And I think as well, everyone's saying about them buying players. Yeah, they'll have to buy players. But one of the key things, and he doesn't really get a mention, Joe Gomez.
Yeah.
Can play centre-back, right back. He can play left-back. at a pinch. So everyone's saying they're going to, two new fullbacks, right back, left back, all those kind of things. It may not be that way, but this is probably now that the most difficult thing he's got to face, which is he has to change it a little bit because obviously one or two of the boys are struggling to play so many games. So it will be interesting to see what he does. It was also yesterday the big boss man from America was in as well. So I bet he's been on a team about give me millions and millions and I'll get you another title.
What do you think, Laurel? I mean, in terms of, we've been obviously talking about it all morning, and it might sound a crazy thing to say with the goals that are scored and the goals that are coming from different areas, but do you think they could do with an absolute out-and-out number 9? I mean, Liverpool, I was just going to say, Laurel, Liverpool fans, they like Darwin Núñez, but I'm not sure, my own opinion, I'm not sure he's the answer. There's obviously, hopefully, continued improvement in him, but could they do an out-and-out 9?
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned Núñez. So, I mean, he stretches defences, but as you know, he just doesn't score, which for a striker is not good. Jota, really good finisher, injury prone.
Yeah,
definitely. They need an out-and-out striker who's quick, but then doesn't everybody. So that's going to. His wife are looking for that. But, the great thing for them as well is with them being champions, when you come to try and make a deal with people, certainly with the players, they're kind of, obviously the money's fine because everyone's on massive money at the moment, but they'll be selling Liverpool, they'll be selling Anfield, won't they? As in, come and play here, play with all these players who are like unbelievable. So I wouldn't think I think they might end up buying about 5 players, which sounds a bit crazy when they've just won the league. That's what it'll need.
What about, he's not put a foot wrong all season, and he's arguably saved his best for last. Arne Slot, he's invited Klopp to the celebrations. What a final trick to pull out the hat that is.
Yeah, and I would think Jurgen will come. I know he's coming to a big dinner at the football club, something to do with the community. So he'll probably be sat next to him and bending his ear, won't he?
Yeah, every chance. Laurel, listen, mate, congratulations. Brilliant season for Liverpool. Thanks for taking the time to join us this morning. Have a great week.
Hey, I didn't do anything. I just sat there watching, Ali.
That was enough, mate. It helped. See you, mate.
Top man.
All the best. Liverpool fans, give us a call this morning. 03717 223344. How much credit does Jurgen Klopp deserve for this? Or is it all about Arne Slot? And let us know, are the parties still going?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.